right, well, welcome to Wingman Wisdom. Thank you for joining me around my virtual campfire. Today I'm going to talk with you about two things. One is intimacy. Huh? Yeah, I want to talk with you about intimacy and how I think it relates to camping and maybe the future of camping and RVing. And the other thing I want to tell you about is my car. And I think all these stories sort of tie together a little bit. If you're new to Wingman Wisdom, I'm a former campground owner, lifelong lover of camping and RVing, and I share my views here on the channel. Kind of like when you walk up to a campfire, you see a bunch of people sitting around a campfire at a nice campground, like, what are they talking about? They could be talking about anything, and that's what we do here on Wingman Wisdom. So, my car is in the shop, and I got to tell you, I've got a 9-year-old car, and I love it. And I am looking at a $10,000, actually it's $9,432 repair bill. Yeah, it's terrible. Just terrible. But I love my car. And so it's at the shop, and they're trying to convince me, well, you might as well just go ahead and buy a new car. I'm a tightwad. I like my old car. And they said, well, look, we're going to work on your car anyway. Here, take the keys. So they gave me a brand new one to drive, and I hate it. I just hate it. Then you may go, why would you hate a brand new car? And I could probably justify affording it, but I'm not going to do it. But have you driven a new car lately? Like I said, mine is 9 years old, and it's nice. I like it. But a brand new car has got so much crap on it that I don't want. I mean, it tries to keep me in the lane. It tries to keep me from getting too close to the car in front of me. Alarms and alerts go off all over the place. Now, when I was young, I probably would have gone, wow, I need to have that, the latest whiz-bang stuff in a new car. But as an old guy, I'm going, why do I need this stuff? Just let me drive. I don't need help staying in my lane. If I get out and hit somebody, it is my fault. I don't want to blame it on the car. So I hate this thing. So I take it back to the dealer. What's wrong? I said, well, I want to drive this car. What are you talking about? I said, turn all this crap off on the new car. Do you know that the guy in service spent 10 minutes and goes, well, I don't know how to do it? Seriously? So my question for you is there too much crap on a new car for you? There is for me. To me, I get in the car, I'm like, that's going to break, that's going to break, that's going to break, and I'm going to end up paying for it. So I'm going to pay my $9,432 to get my car out of the shop, and I'm going to be very glad that I did because I like it. Do you think that automobiles are too complicated? Too much stuff? Or do you think we need even more stuff to make our driving even more comfortable? Maybe a video in front of every single person instead of just kind of one in the back seat. How about if there's one on each headrest? I digress. But that kind of makes me think about RVs. Wasn't there a time when RVs were basic and simple? And then over the last 20 or 30 years, it's like, let's make the latest modern electronic gadgets a part of these RVs. And in a sense, that's really cool. RVs got bigger, they got fancier, they got much more expensive. But aren't RVs, some of them, I mean, for some people, if you're like me, they got too much stuff that's going to break down. How about, if I was a manufacturer, how about starting to make a really basic RV without all the electronic stuff? How about making one that will stick together longer than anybody else's? I believe there's a market for that. Probably not. I remember I used to have an old Ford pickup truck, a bunch of Ford pickup trucks. I never got them with the carpet in them because whenever I'd go hunting or I'd be in the outdoors, I'd get mud in them or whatever. I could get in there with a car wash, spray it out clean, and it was easy, and it was less expensive than all that fancy stuff. But you can't hardly find a new truck that you can take a hose to anymore. Can you? I mean, I'm sure they're out there. I just think that manufacturers have, in a sense, are they catering to the market? Yes. Now, I indicated I was going to talk about intimacy earlier in camping. Over the last 20 or 30 years, campers, as you know, have gotten bigger and fancier and bigger, and everybody's got their own room and their own space and their own little area. And to me, it's lost the feel. The real feel of what at least camping was when I was a child, when I grew up. Camping to me is, yes, do you want to be comfortable? Absolutely. But what I really want to be is intimate. Yeah, I want to be intimate with the people that I'm with. I want to have a close relationship with them. I want to talk. I want to sleep close together, not all the way over there and to try to see how many people we can stack in this thing and we're going to raise hell at the campground. But maybe that's just because I'm an old guy. I think that camping, as I see it, the 4th of July is past. Many campgrounds were not 100% full, which is unusual for the last few years. But I think that there is a desire for intimacy. With the cost of everything, with the economy being uncertain the way it is, I think people still want to go camping. They still want that connection. They still want to escape, but they want to be intimate with nature, with each other. And I believe that the trend in the future is going to be towards smaller RVs, not bigger. What do you think? I believe that smaller, people will be able to afford them a little bit better. They can get into more campgrounds with a smaller unit, and they'll get that thing called intimacy. And I believe that intimacy is something that we all value, we all need. Most people I talk to are, when they're camping and RVing, they're not going as far now. They still want to go out. They still want to be off the asphalt, so to speak, but they're traveling less distances. They're staying closer to home. They're spending less money. And is it a change over the last few years? Heck yes, it's a change. But I'm trying to look at the bright side. I don't think you have to have the biggest, fanciest, newest RV to be a happy camper. I don't think your kids care about it either. Do they want something that works? Absolutely. I see more and more people that go to the campground, at least when I was a campground owner, that seem to get there with their children and go, "See you later." And I can sort of understand that. But campgrounds can be a scary place. They really can be. I saw little 6- and 7-year-old kids that were completely unsupervised, running out the street, riding their bicycles, tricycles, right out in the road. And I'm thinking, where are the parents? As the campgrounds get a little bit less crowded, as people are pinching pennies a little bit more, I'm hopeful that they will get a little bit more, families will get a little bit more intimate, a little bit closer together, playing games, telling stories. It's not about the electronic gadgets. It's about the memories that we make. So again, I just wanted to kind of give you a couple of my thoughts. I'd like to know if you share the same beliefs that we are, drifting further and further away apart. Do you see the future that people are going to be scaling back, getting smaller RVs, maybe less expensive RVs? And are you like me with the new vehicles? Are there just too many things that can go wrong with them? That's the way I see it. I am no way going to get rid of my old car. I'll gladly write a check, not gladly, but I'll write a check for $9,432 to get my old 9-year-old vehicle back, and I'll just drive it till the wheels fall off. Because I don't want... My wife said, "What's going on?" I said, "You want to drive it? You want to drive it?" She said, "I don't even like it." I don't either, but it's a brand new car. Look at all those new cars. I guess I'm in the minority, but I'd like to know your thoughts on new vehicles, RVs, so they have too much stuff on them that you look at it, all you see is something that's getting ready to break. Drop a comment below. Thank you for watching so much. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home.